like that message I need to drop. After that, what I need to do, if username is not present, if the username is not present, then I need to allow the user to create the account. So what we have done, to know that get method, it is going to return you a single record. It is going to return you a single object instance. Only if the condition is true. If the condition is not true, then it is going to throw you error. So what I am doing, I am using the try and except block. If username is already present in the database, I am going to render a message username already exists. I am going to render a message username already exists. If username is not present in the database, then get will throw you error. If get is throwing the error, then what happens? The control will be passed to the except block. In except block, what I am doing? I am creating the record. I am going to create the record in the except block. In the except block, I am going to create the object for my, I am storing my data into the database. If the username is already present, we need to display a message. If the username is not present, then we need to store that particular first name, last name, email, username, password, everything into the database. This is what we have done in yesterday's class. Venkatesh, error. Okay, share the screen, Venkatesh. Load the server, Aman. I will not get the message. When I reload, the request is again going to the your request view. The request view is getting executed. The method will not be post. So the last return statement will get executed, Aman. Whenever I am reloading the page, what is happening? The method will be get. It is not post. So only I will be able to get the register.html. I will not get that message. Run the server once again and check, Aman. You should not. Password is stored. The password has been stored in the form of clear text. Where is the password? Yes. Observe everyone, easily we are able to make out what is the password the user has given to his account. This should not happen. So how the password should be stored in the database? It should be stored in an encrypted manner. Why? Because the password should be only known to the user. Apart from user, no one should know the password. For that reason, what I need to do? I need to encrypt this password. What we need to do? We need to encrypt this password. So to encrypt this password, I am going to make use of a function by the name setPassword. What we are going to make use of? We are going to make use of a function by the name setPassword. So I will not directly assign password equal to password. I will only store file name, first name, last name, email, username. I am not going to store the password directly. Instead of that, after creating the user object, after creating the object instance, I am going to assign my password. u.setPassword. I am going to make use of this setPassword function, and for the setPassword function, I am going to pass the password which the user entered. Where is it stored? It is stored in the password area. So u.setPassword, then whenever I make some modification to my object instance, what I need to do? I need to save it up. So u.save. We are not directly storing the password after getting the password from the front end. I am not going to directly store it in my. I am doing to first create the object instance. I am only assigning first name, last name, email, username. I am only going to store these things and create the object instance. It will create the object instance. After creating the object instance, I am going to update the object instance with the help of setPassword. I have a function by the name setPassword. using the set password function, I am going to update the password field of my set password. So u dot set password, and with which value I need to update the set password, with the password I am going to get it from the front end. So what actually this set password will do, it is going to encrypt, it is going to hash the password which I am going to get it from the front end. Encrypt, encrypt, encrypt the password and store it in the database. Store it in the database. Encrypt the password and store it in the database. I am updating my object instance. The object instance is created. I am only updating my password field of the object instance. For storing it in an encrypted form, I am going to make use of set password function. With the help of set password function, I am updating the password, whatever the password, I am going to get it from the front end. Observe everyone. So already Kavi 1 exists. So what I should get? I should get username already exists. Okay. So now let me give something else. Rishi Khan. Something I am giving. Yes, the record got created. Let us check in the database now. See, the password is not stored in the plain text, it has been encrypted. In the encrypted form, in the hashed form, the password has been stored. You should not store the password directly. For that reason, what you are doing, you are going to first store all other details into the database. After creating the object instance, you are updating the object instance which is stored in the variable u dot set password. Why we are making use of set password function? To store the password in an encrypted form. And for the set password function, you are going to pass the password which you are getting from the front end. You are going to pass the password which you are getting from the front end. It will store it in the encrypted form. Whenever you make some changes to your existing object instance, you need to save it out. So u dot save. The view name as login underscore. Why? Because we have our inbuilt method login. So for that reason, we need to create a function with a different name. Apart from login, you can give it as anything. It is your wish. We can give it as login underscore. Be called in the base URL. If the user is not having the account, then he need to click on the sign up button. The same thing let us do. Then create the login page, login.html. login page, what I need to do, I need to get the username and the password from the user. Then I need to check whether he is entering the correct username or password. So let me create the form for it. Method post, as he is going to enter the password. Then CSRF. Enter the username. After that, input of type text. And I will create a button for the sign up also. Registration page if he is not logged in. Yes. Create the login. I need to get the whatever the username and password he is going to enter. I need to get it out first from the front end. I need to get it out. So when should I get? Whenever he is submitting the form. If he is submitting the form, the request method will be post, or else the request method will be get. Only if he is submitting the form, then the request method will be post. So return request dot method. If request dot method equal to post. If the request method is post, only then I need to fetch the username. Uname equal to request dot post username, and then I need to fetch the password also. Password equal to request dot post password. Let me print it out for you. Print name, password. I forgot the usernames. Rishikant. Submit. this, I am able to get the username and password. I am able to get the username and password, whatever the username and password the user is going to enter, that username and password I am going to get. But can I directly compare them out by writing an if condition? Can we directly compare username if username equal to username, if password equal to password, like that? Can I directly compare using the filter method or your get method? Can we directly compare them out? No. Why cannot I directly compare, everyone? Why cannot I directly compare them out? How is my password stored in the database? Yes, it is encrypted. So directly I cannot compare them out. Username equal to username, password equal to password. Like that I cannot directly compare. Password which I am getting it from the front end is in plain text, whereas password stored in the database is encrypted. We cannot directly compare them out. So for that reason, Django is going to provide me with a function which is used for authenticating, which is used to authenticate whether the user's username and password are correct or not, whether the user is entering the correct username or password. To check the there is a method, there is a function by the name authenticate. That authenticate function I need to import it. So from Django dot 1 minute. Auth import authenticate. Import authenticate. I need to make use of this particular authenticate function, which is going to tell me, it gives credentials are valid. If the credentials are valid, it is going to return the user object. So what your authenticate is going to do, it is going to check whether the username and password are valid or not. If it is valid, it is going to return you the user object instance, it is going to return. So now what you need to do, where is, over here you need to take a variable. Let me take a variable u equal to authenticate. For this authenticate, what I need to do, I need to pass the username and the password. So username equal to username. Why? Because my field name is username. That is why I need to give username. Username equal to uname. The username which I am getting it from the front end is stored in the variable uname. Username equal to uname, comma password equal to PSWR. So username equal to uname, password equal to password. So what it is going to return me? It is going to return you the user object instance if it is valid. If username and password are correct. If the credential, both the credentials should be correct. If username and password both are correct. Username and password both are correct, it will return user object instance. Else it will return none. So it is going to return user object instance. It is going to return the user object instance. So you would have observed in your models concept. Task model object 1. Those are your object instances. Task model object 2. Task model object 3. Like that it is going to return the user object instance. But here what you will be able to see, it is not going to show as usual. User object 1, user object 2, like that it is not going to show. It is going to, by default, it will show the username. It is going to show you the username directly it will show you the username. It is not going to show you user object 1, user object 2, like that it will not show. It is going to directly show you the username. Else, if it is wrong, if the username and password are wrong, it is going to return you none. So let me show that one. Print you. First I will enter the proper username and password. Let me enter the proper username and password. Rishikant 1 2 3 4. Submit. It will show you Rishikant as the output. See, Rishikant, it is showing. It is returning the complete user object instance, but when you print it out, it will be only username. When you print it out, it is only username, but it is returning the complete user object instance. If username and password are wrong, let me pass something. Now it is going to return none. See, it is returning none. If username and password are correct, it is going to return the user object instance. If it is wrong, it is going to return none. Any one of them also, if it is wrong, it is going to return you none. Now what is the next step? Next step, you need to log into the application. Our next step is to log in. Next, we need to log in user to the application. To the application, I need to log in. So when should I log in? Only if authenticate is returning user object instance. Only if authenticate is returning user object instance. Only if the authenticate is returning user object instance, I need to log in. If it is returning none, that time what I need to do? I should not log in. So if you in the sense, if you variable is carrying user object instance, it will be true. The if condition will become true. User object instance if it is carrying, it will become true. The if condition will become true. If it is carrying none, if u is carrying none, it is going to return false. The if condition will become false. If u is carrying user object instance, the if condition will become true. If u is carrying none, the if condition will become false. Now when if condition is becoming true, that time what I need to do? I need to log in the user into my application. So for that I need to execute a function. We need to run a function by the name login. I need to make use of this login function and I need to log in the user. And this login function, login the user. And one more thing I need to do, that is creation of session storage. What is session storage, everyone? In the yesterday's class I told you, right? What do you mean by session storage? Log in the user and store the data, store user. See, Rishikant at gmail.com, Rishikant. So from where I am getting all this data? From the session storage. If I log out, the session storage will be clear. So I will not be able to get request of user will return me anonymous user. See, it is returning me anonymous user. I am not able to get any data. Why? Because there is no data present. Write it out, everyone. Or it's already time up. So tomorrow you can copy it out if possible. Copy it out. Rishikesh tomorrow